Alright, Sunday lesson on the learning and closing. We're gonna learn in Academy grammar to minors. And we'll please welcome your handsome host for tonight's episode, Mr. Moses. Welcome all of you guys back to another brand new lesson, brand new episode of our show Learn English with Sĩ, and we are on Sunday. Sometimes we have to remind you like that so you can get a closer look at what day is it on your calendar. Because sometimes our calendar goes wrong, so it depends on you, alright? So, yesterday's lesson, in the opening part, I have told you a little bit about my how my TED was, but we normally have the pre-show story part at the part 1 of the show Learn English with Sĩ at like this moment we are doing right now. This part is called a pre-show story part. Then after I telling my story, then we start the lesson of that show that night. But yesterday we didn't tell you much in that pre-show story part about my how my TED was, because as you can see that I have changed my clothes a lot on that yesterday's lesson. Yeah. You can see that I have worn 3 suits in a row. Yeah, 3 suits. Yeah, means a lot, right? Upper than 1? Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. So, we seems like we only have tonight left. Only tonight. Then we finish the celebration of 10th holiday. Yeah. And tomorrow everybody will have to back to work, and even though tonight I have to work like this just to get myself like a little bit of motivate. Yeah, a little motivating right now, so can get better tomorrow, because Monday, you know, days come after days, and you cannot change it, right? Oh, by the way, because we are now in the unit 10, especially 10D, then 10E, 10F, 10G. 10G's lesson of the show Learn English with Sĩ, we will broadcast that lesson in that night live. Alright, live at 7:30 p.m. on, what day is it? Saturday, March 17th, 2018. So mark your calendar. Saturday, March 17th, 2018. Alright, so hope to see you that day, that night, on that show. This show. Alright. So, we cannot talk more about TED. Oh, by the way, I have done the 10 auto-generated tweets before TED, the Lunar New Year edition. So if you missed it, you can rewatch it on our YouTube channel of Learn English with Sĩ, so you can get a remembering moment, or just a little for TED. Also, you can see me lip syncing with another version of me of the song about TED in Vietnam, sitting right over here and standing right over there. Both memorable moments before TED. Alright, so now we will start our show right now. Tonight's lesson is quite long. I have to tell you like that. I have to remind you. Tonight's lesson is really long, alright? So pay attention and do it quick. Alright, 10D grammar, even though the title of the lesson is long too. Determiners, all, each, every, few, little, etc. Right, something else. Alright, so let's do right now. It is the exercise number 1 on page number 97. Look at the book cover, then read the text and find out what happened to the author after he had finished writing the books. Alright, so let's read the natural born writer. Then find out what happened to the writer when he had finished writing the book. Alright, let's get his name read correctly. Stig Larsson, maybe like that, was a Swedish journalist who spent much of his time campaigning against right-wing extremism. Extremism. Many Swedes were familiar with Larsson's work as a political activist, but outside Sweden, few people know his name. He was a busy man who had little time for hobbies, but he did spend some time doing creative writing. Most evenings he would spend a few hours at his desk just to relax. He didn't need much sleep, only 3 or 4 hours every night. When Larsson had completed 3 novels, he sent them to a publisher, but died suddenly before any of them were published. Since his death, each book in what is referred to as the Millennium Trilogy has sold millions of copies. Larsson has no idea his books were going to be so successful, and sadly, he died before he could enjoy any of the money or fame. So, the short story, the short article in front of us told us that the writer named Stig Larsson, a Swedish journalist, also writer, and he wrote a book. Then he sent to the publisher, but unfortunately he died before he could enjoy any of his money. And if it's successful when he sold his book, and he couldn't enjoy the fame, money or fame, like the text have told us. So we have read a short paragraph about the natural born writer. So we can get a little look about the writer, this unlucky writer. He's so talented, but suddenly he died before he could enjoy any of his success in his life. Exercise number 2. Look at the determiners in red in the text and complete the table with the ticks. Alright. So we can zoom in. So we have some of the words are colored in red. Those are called the determiners. So later on the next part of the show, we will do this to finish the learn this box, probably to know which word will be used in what occasion. Alright, so we'll be right back with the next part of the show. And remember, read this first, then I will correct you after this break.